And welcome everyone to this important media conference. My name is Joe Petrino. I'm a captain here at San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, and I oversee the Professional Standards Division. Speaking today will be Sheriff Patrick Wro, Special Agent in Charge Sid Patel of the Sacramento FBI Office, and San Joaquin County District Attorney Ron Freitas. We also have Special Agent in Charge Bob Barris from the San Francisco DEA Office, and Assistant Special Agent in Charge John Dozier from the Sacramento FBI Office joining us today as well. Lastly, we have representatives from the Stockton Police Department and the Manteca Police Department with us today. We ask that you hold your questions until the end of all of the speakers, and we will be happy to get to each and every one of them. And with that, and to begin, I'd like to introduce Sheriff Patrick Wro.
Well, good morning, and thank you all for coming today. I know it's been a busy week and a lot going on, so we appreciate you coming. So I'm going to start off by kind of giving you the basics of the case of what we're here for, just so you know the format, and then I'm going to turn it over to Special Agent in Charge Patel from the FBI to give you some background detail and international details. And then, as you heard, DA Freitas will come up, who did the arraignment yesterday, and will give us some details on that. So on June 21st, through community tips and conjunction with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, my office became aware of information indicating that a horrendous crime had occurred days prior on June 19th in the Manteca area of San Joaquin County. Contact was ultimately made with the victim of that crime, who informed us he had been kidnapped, stripped naked, and bound and tortured for an extended period of time. After an extensive investigation, all known involved parties were identified, located, and arrested. The arrest occurred on July 11th and was carried out in separate locations simultaneously through the members of the San Joaquin County SWAT Team and in collaboration with multiple other SWAT teams. Those include the Stockton Police Department, the Manteca Police Department, Stanislaus County Sheriff's Office SWAT Team, and of course the FBI SWAT Team. This operation led to the arrest of 8 individuals. All 8 individuals' photos are here behind me on the screen, and their names are also there. All suspects are booked into San Joaquin County Jail on a variety of felony charges. Those charges include kidnapping, torture, false imprisonment, conspiracy to commit a crime, dissuading a witness, assault with a semi-automatic firearm, threats to terrorize, and gang enhancements. Some of the suspects also face weapon-related charges such as possession of a machine gun, illegal possession of an assault weapon, manufacturing or sale of high-capacity magazines, manufacturing a short-barreled rifle, and carrying a loaded, unregistered handgun. During the execution of the search warrants, law enforcement personnel recovered 5 handguns on those scenes also, one of which was a fully automatic Glock pistol, an assault rifle, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, multiple high-capacity magazines, and more than $15,000 cash hidden up in the vent of a ceiling. I'd like to take a moment to highlight the primary suspect arrested in this case. His name is Pivatar Preet Singh. Pivatar Singh is believed to be the leader of a gang called PMG, which stands for Pivatar Maja Group, which is an international criminal organization. You should know that although group is on the name of that, in India, group is synonymous, as we use it, as for gang. So they're out of the Indian area, and because there's so many international ties, we are blessed to be partnered with our FBI partners out of Sacramento and locally, and without them, this could not have come about. We would not even have known the crime had occurred. So it's my honor to introduce to you at this time to give you the international information regarding this. Special Agent in Charge Sid Patel from the FBI.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm Sid Patel, Special Agent in charge of the FBI Sacramento Field Office. No matter where criminals hide, we will find them and bring them to justice. That is a commitment backed by action. I'm grateful for our strong collaborative partnership with the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, San Joaquin County District Attorney's Office, and our federal, state, and local law enforcement partners. The arrests last Friday, July 11th, are a great example of how our task forces ensure seamless collaboration among law enforcement agencies to address violent crime and keep your families safe. This effort is part of the FBI's nationwide initiative targeting violent crime during the summer months. We call it Summer Heat. As part of this effort, the FBI is surging resources alongside state and local partners, working hand in hand, executing warrants on violent criminals and fugitives, and dismantling violent gangs nationwide to restore safety in our communities across the country. The leader of this gang and the primary target of this investigator, Paviter Preet Singh, is wanted in India for charges including firearms violations, assault, and multiple murders abroad, including a homicide in Batala, which is one of the states in India, in the state of Punjab. 6 other individuals were arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, Enforcement and Removal Operation, ERO. All cases were processed by ICE ERO and are pending their due process with immigration. We're working closely with our FBI partners in India and Canada to continue to counter this threat in the United States. In fact, earlier this year, FBI and ERO arrested other individuals involved in similar criminal activities, including Gurdev Singh, aka Jasal, a good friend of the main target here, Paviter Singh. He was arrested in Stockton on March 25th. Gurdev is the leader of a criminal organization and wanted in India for charges including murder, weapons offenses, and rocket-propelled grenade, RPG, attacks on police stations in India. Harpreet Singh, another individual, aka Happy Pasia, was arrested on April 16th in Sacramento. Harpreet, or aka Happy, is wanted in India for charges including attempted murder, homicide, grenade attacks, and violent activity against police stations and politicians in India. Anmol Bishnoi, he was arrested in November 2024 in Lincoln, Nebraska. Anmol, that's ANMOL, is wanted in India for homicide and extortion and is believed to be responsible for the death of Sidhu Moosewala. He's a very prominent and popular Punjabi singer, was. Anmol is the brother of Lawrence Bishnoi, the leader of the Lawrence Bishnoi gang. Very violent, prominent gang. Lawrence personally coordinates the activities of his criminal organization, this violent gang, from his jail cell in India, exploiting communities in the US, Canada, India, and abroad with murder, violence, and extortion. Daler Singh, that's D-A-L-E-R, Singh, was arrested on January 28th in Sacramento. He is associated with the Kaushal Chowdhury gang and is also wanted in India for extortion and criminal threats. These are really bad people. Dinesh Sharma was arrested on February 25th in Sacramento. Dinesh also is associated with the Kaushal Chowdhury gang and is wanted in India for murder, weapons trafficking, and conspiracy. Of note, Dinesh was previously arrested for weapons possession in Sutter County in November 2024. Another individual, Lakvinder Kumar, that's Lakhvinder Kumar, aka Lakha, was arrested on June 25th in Stockton. Lakvinder is a member of the Lawrence Bishnoi gang and is wanted in India for charges including criminal threats and extortion. All of these arrests are a testament to the work your federal government is doing every single day to ensure public safety. I'd like to thank San Francisco ERO, part of ICE and Immigration, for their immigration enforcement support, ensuring criminals face immigration proceedings and likely removal. You've done a fantastic job on this investigation. This is how we stop the victimization of our communities. Once again, I'd like to thank our local, state, and federal partners. Thank you as well to the SWAT teams, the officers, special agents, and other law enforcement personnel who aided with arrests, searches, and translation services. None of these operations are without sacrifice and risk. We all have one common goal: crushing violent crime to ensure safer communities. If you're aware of criminal activity, please do not hesitate to call law enforcement. Call the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office or report your concerns to the FBI by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI or just go to tips.fbi.gov. You may remain anonymous, and the information you provide will ensure a safer future for everyone. Remember this: if you see something, say something, and we will do something. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce our District Attorney, Ron Fertis.
Good morning. I'd like to thank the Sheriff for putting together this opportunity to speak with you all. And I'm proud to announce that my office has filed 2 complaints charging 8 individuals with serious gang-related crimes, including kidnapping, torture, extortion, witness intimidation, and multiple weapons offenses. These crimes have unleashed fear and anguish throughout our neighborhoods, and every act of brutality. With every act of brutality, they've unleashed fear and anguish throughout our neighborhoods. These crimes strike at the very heart of our community, undermining what we trust and rely upon. Let me be clear: those who spread fear in our communities will be held fully accountable, without exception. This group turned on their neighbors, people who should have felt safe around them. Instead, they betrayed their community, they betrayed our community. We are making sure that that betrayal ends today, here and now. In the first of the 2 complaints, we charge Manpreet Singh Ranwa, Sarbit Singh, Gurjat Singh, and Preetal Singh, and Pivitar Preet Singh, and Vishal with kidnapping, torture, extortion, witness intimidation, and multiple gun offenses. Based upon these charges, they are facing life in prison. They were arraigned yesterday by my deputies in Department 8B of the San Joaquin County Superior Court, and upon our request, bail was set by the Honorable Alan Jose as at no bail. They next appear on July 24th of this year. These charges all stem from the June 19th kidnapping and torture of John Doe. The second complaint, which was also filed yesterday, was against 5 individuals: Pividar Singh, Amrital Singh, Vishal, Harshpreet Singh, and Dilpreet Singh. They involve weapons violations, including short-barreled rifle, a machine gun, and a large capacity magazine. They also are returning to court on July 24th. Teamwork makes the dream work. We could not do this without our partners. And I would like to thank Sheriff Patrick Wro and his team of investigators for their hard work and dedication. Also, our partners in the FBI, especially Special Agent Sid Patel and Director Kash Patel, for their tireless efforts in bringing these individuals to justice. I would also like to thank my dedicated gang unit, my attorneys and investigators, and victim witness who have worked tirelessly from the beginning of this case. This type of violence will never be tolerated by my office. If you have any additional information, including whereabouts of additional individuals responsible, please contact law enforcement or my office immediately. Lastly, San Joaquin County does not intimidate easy. No crime is bigger than this community's willingness to stand strong. Thank you. And now, Sheriff Pat Withrow.
Well, thank you, Special Agent in Charge Patel and DA Freitas. We really appreciate your support in this case and being here today. I know this can be shocking to our community to hear that this is going on, and it is shocking to all of us, but we have to know that this is what's going on, and this is what happens to some of our community members, and we have to be proactive and we have to be involved. I do want to follow up briefly on something that Special Agent Patel brought up, and that was Gurdeep Singh. Gurdeep Singh was the gentleman that's wanted out of India for using a rocket-propelled grenade. This is his picture behind me here. And it should be known that back in March, we arrested this gentleman. We got him in a stolen vehicle that had a bunch of firearms in it, and we booked him into our jail. And ICE asked us to put a hold on him. And after he went to court, a bail amount was set by the court at that time. And he made bail and was walking out of our jail. And there's really nothing I could do about it. Because of SB 54 here in California, the charges that we had him on really didn't rise to the level where we could honor that hold from ICE legally here in California. That happens sometimes. So we were a little upset that he was going to be walking out, but that happens. But we were blessed because unbeknownst to us, the moment he walked out into our lobby, ICE agents were standing there waiting for them. He walked out the door. We have it on camera, and they immediately took him into custody. And we were surprised that they were there, but we were very, very happy that they were there. They had monitored who had been booked into our jail, recognized the name, apparently done their research and found out what he was wanted for in India. And that made a huge difference to our community. So I know, ICE catch a lot of flack nowadays, and that people are upset about some of the things that are going on. But we have to remember that they're out there working hard, trying to protect our community. And in this case, they did an amazing job to keep this guy from being out in our community and possibly attacking my police station here, my sheriff's department with an RPG, or Stockton PD, or Manteca, or Lodi. We cannot let people like this in our community, so we thank them for their hard work on that. I share this not just to point out the challenges we face with some of our laws here in California and what we're dealing with on the street, but the information here is intended to try and raise awareness with the Indian community and in our own community. And the individuals that are committing these crimes are very dedicated to using violence and any means necessary to get what they need. And so they are a clear threat to our community. They have little or no regard for human life and need to go where people like that belong, and that's in prison. And I don't care if it's here or if it's in India, but I don't want them in our community. I don't want them in our state where they can harm others. This case got significant international attention in India, and the primary reason that I wanted to hold this media conference was to hopefully speak directly to and get the attention of our Indian community here in San Joaquin County. To say to them, to my fellow community members, I know this group of criminals was terrorizing you, and I know you hesitate sometime to contact law enforcement, like all of us. But without you and without your involvement, we may not have brought this group of animals to justice and stopped them from continuing to victimize your community and others. The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office will investigate all crimes and do so until those people victimizing our citizens are stopped and put where they need to be, in jail. Finally, to those remaining criminals of this vicious gang in our Indian community here in San Joaquin County, we are actively working to seek you out to locate you and put you where you belong, a cage. We know there are more of this group out there, and we're working diligently to hunt them down and to get them and arrest them and treat them the way they need to be treated. However, we still need the help of our community. We need the Indian community and other members of our community to reach out and give us information. You can do that with this number. We set this up specifically for this case. So please call us. Let us know what you know. It's completely anonymous unless you want to tell us your name and give us your information. We won't know who you are. So don't be afraid. Reach out and call us. We need to get the rest of this group. We know who some of them are, but we can't do it without your help. So please get involved. We have the blessing to have a great DA who will prosecute these folks and will hold them accountable. We are blessed to have our federal partners that step right in and come alongside and give us any resources that we need and information that we need. And that's not always the way in other communities. So please help us, help you. We can't do it without you. Call this number, give us more information. So thank you all for being here today, and we'd be more than happy, any of us, to take any of the questions you might have.
Sheriff, you mentioned there was a victim in this situation that was tortured. What led up to that, and how was he having any involvement with this gang?
I don't want to go into too many details of the case, obviously. It's still fairly new, and they clearly were trying to get information from him regarding other members of the community that they could possibly victimize. And they were using horrendous means to try and get that from him. And he was very fortunate. We don't know if he would have survived this or not, but circumstance intervened and they had to stop immediately, and he was able to get away. So that's about all I can say about that for now. They were looking for just more information to have more victims in our community.
How's he doing now?
He's doing good. We're very blessed, and he's a very brave young man that is coming forward and standing up to protect his community and to do what others wouldn't do who knew about this type of activity going on. And so we're blessed to have people like that in our community, and we're hoping to get more to step forward. If we all work together on this, we can clean these guys out of here.
The victim, was he a minor or an adult?
He's an adult, but no matter what he went through, nobody should ever have to go through. But he's a strong person, and he's going to turn this into action and make a difference.
How long have these individuals been in the country, and specifically here in Sacramento?
Maybe I can ask the special agent in charge of FBI to come on up and address a little bit more of that. They've been here, I know, several years, but he might have more info on that.
No, I mean, I think it's a great question. There's a variety of individuals, and we can get you more specifics on this, but they've been here for several years at a time. And so there's a variety of some that have been here for longer duration, some that have family members here, some that don't. But I know I'm not giving you a specific. There's a lot of different individuals here that we're looking at, and it is a variety of years. But they've been here for a good amount of time, and honestly, they should have been stopped a long time ago. And right now, we've been working collaboratively with our local, state, and federal partners, including immigration, to really be able to make this effect and keep our communities cleaner and safer.
That was actually going to be my next question is, it sounds like they're wanting for some very egregious crimes in that country. How is it that they were able to fly under the radar and be caught this many years later?
That's a great question. With so many individuals that are here, we work with so many international partners, and there's so many individuals that have that are wanted in other countries, and some are and some are not. And often it takes the great work that you see from our local partners to apprehend these individuals and get them onto the radar, so we can see them from a federal standpoint and work with our international partners to see if they're wanted elsewhere. But we couldn't have done this. We wouldn't have known about this if it wasn't for the great work by the county, our local police departments, and the DA who's prosecuting.
Are they related? We noticed a lot of them have the same last
So there are a lot of common last names. For instance, myself and the director, we have the same last name, but we're not related. So often you'll see that. So there might be some relations with some of the individuals, but Singh is a very common last name. You're seeing a lot of common last names that go back to various states and different areas of India. So most of these individuals are not related.
Can you tell us a little bit about the age range of these suspects? I know some look younger.
I can speak
Yeah.
to her if you want to speak to it, anyways.
I don't know if you know, or let me ask, Captain Dunsing, you in here? Where you at? You around? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have that right off the get here, but they're not overly. Do we have some info on that? 27 to 40s? 27 to into their 40s.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Yeah.
And then you said that they were living in Manteca, or the crime happened in Manteca?
The crime happened in the county area of Manteca, but when we did our hit the houses, all 5 locations, we had a couple in Brookside, houses that we hit in Brookside, so they're living in some of the nicest areas of our Stockton region, and we obviously had some in Manteca and in the outer areas where Stanislaus helped us and stuff like that. So, but the ones that we hit were all in our county. Yes.
I have 2 questions. First one is, ICE has done raids recently, not only with this instance, but yesterday in Sacramento and others. And there's been several concerns raised by the community. I know there's new legislation now introduced in Sacramento regarding them wearing masks. Yet local law enforcement, to my understanding, does not wear masks during these raids. Would you have any thoughts on that practice or the new legislation that has been introduced in Sacramento?
You know, I do have my own individual thoughts on that practice. You're right. We do not wear masks and have not ever worn masks in law enforcement here in our country. And but the choices that our federal partners make, they're their own agencies, and we don't deal in immigration. So you'd have to reach out to their command staff there to find out why they're making those choices. But we here, our SWAT teams, do not or never done that. Law enforcement goes out, we show our face, we know the risk that's involved with that. I myself have had Director Patel and I were just talking about, there was a website up with a map to my house saying if you want to kill a cop, and my picture there. We know that's the nature of this beast, and we take that on because we love our community, and we don't want to give our lives, but we're more than willing to give our lives for the citizens of this county and this state and this country. And but that's an individual choice by each agency, and you'd have to speak with them.
And the second question would be, you mentioned ICE was involved in making the arrest after he was released from San Joaquin County Jail.
Yes.
But you also brought up SB 54. How does the community balance the need for immigrant communities to feel safe and report these crimes as they're asking, but at the same time not be in fear of their possible immigration status?
You know, I believe and I hope that the authors of SB 54 had good intentions in mind to try and protect good people who are in our country, who are not committing criminal acts, are working hard, and are hopefully trying to become naturalized citizens here and doing everything right. I do wish that when they consider up in Sacramento laws and bills like this, that they would reach out to us at the Sheriff's Association and the Chief of Police Associations and get our input and listen to our input when bills are put forward, because we can see pitfalls sometimes that they don't necessarily understand. The bill is a difficult bill for us to deal with right now, and I truly believe that it was authored with good intent, but sometimes it does hamper what we do. So I would hope that if we could get that amended to where they would just trust their elected officials and their local law enforcement agencies to use good judgment on who should be reported to ICE and who shouldn't be. And the citizens of San Joaquin County trusted enough to elect me as their sheriff, as in the other 57 counties. They elected their sheriffs. And we run most of our jails. And if they would just trust us to use good judgment to get rid of bad, violent people and then allow the district attorney and our courts to handle those who have other minor crimes, as long as they're trying to be good citizens here in our, instead of legislating it, just allow us to use our good judgment.
When it comes to this specific gang, what are kind of the touchstones of what they're known for? Are they drug traffickers? Are they arms traffickers?
Sure.
Going into just kind of here and in India?
It's all of the above. It's, in this instance, torturing an innocent individual. In other cases, it could be bribing politicians overseas, could be extortion, could be violent crime, could be firearms and weapons trafficking. It's really all of the above. These are really bad gangs. And that's why I feel much safer in this county knowing that you have this DA and this sheriff keeping your community safe.
You mentioned that there's several other criminals out there related to this, and a hotline for community to reach out to. What is this community looking for? What should they look for? And to pull into this hotline to catch those other criminals.
Yes, from what we're being told so far, that these gangs come in and try and intimidate business owners and extort them of their money or force them to do free labor. We're having a tremendous amount up and down the Central Valley of hijackings of shipments of 18-wheelers at gunpoint, and very violent while they're doing that. And so any type of unusual activity, if you're, they're into drug dealing, weapons dealing in weapons, anything like that, just like a lot of other gangs. But this seems to be a little more contained, where they victimize their own community, the Indian community and business owners there. So we believe that, and what we've heard so far as the response and the praise for us getting these bad guys, that the Indian community knows who these folks are. And they're just afraid to come forward and just afraid to be retaliated against or anything like that. So anything that has anything to do with somebody trying to terrorize you or intimidate you or steal your money or your business, anything like that, you need to get hold of us, because we are going to immediately take action on that. So if that answers your questions as far as what they're into. Yes, ma'am.
About how many more gang members there are sort of out there?
I don't want to give you an exact number, but I mean, we're hearing some numbers. I've heard from members of the Indian community, at least 15 or 20 more guys associated with this. But let's not be naive. This is not just the only group. And so there are other groups doing the same thing and competing against each other, hence our victim being tortured to try and give names of other people. So our victim was just an innocent bystander, but they were trying to see if he knew other people that might be competing against them. So in this group, we're thinking, I don't know, those are just random numbers that one of the citizens gave me, but we don't know. We're going to follow as many as there are, and we're coming after them.
And are they located just in California or across the country, sort of?
You know, as Special Agent Patel spoke to, they go everywhere. That has tentacles everywhere. And in Canada, there's been tremendous amount of issues. Obviously, they do crimes in India. As we heard, there's people in jail cells that are still directing their business internationally. So it goes everywhere. It touches every part of California and throughout our state and other countries.
This might be a question for Patel, but considering they committed crime here in the United States, also in India, is there going to be any type of joint prosecution?
So in these types of cases, you're prosecuted here, you serve your time here, and then you're extradited to the foreign country and you do your time there. So that's how it's joint, but you got to do your time.
All right, any other questions? All right, well, again, thank you all for being here today. I know this is sometimes difficult for you guys to get out here. And again, I want to thank Director Patel, Special Agent in Charge Patel, and the FBI, and all our other federal partners, the DEA, HSI, and of course our district attorney, who works tirelessly for our people here in San Joaquin County. And his part of this is just starting. It started yesterday with the prelim, and now it goes on through the courts. So thank you for your and your staff's hard work. So thank you all for being here, and we appreciate it. And if anything comes up afterwards, please reach out, and we'll let you know. Thank you.